Hey everybody! I'm gonna show you my December daily today, so it'll just be like a flip through of my album. The last couple years I've finished my album super late, and I'm going to link my flip through from last year down below. And I did a 4x6 album last year, and it was quite a challenge trying to fit everything in there, so I went back to my 6x8, and again another challenge trying to fit everything in this, but I did. However, I probably should probably do two. I don't know, what do you guys think? I need some help deciding. I don't mind that it's like super full. For some reason, I am so anti 2 albums for like one event, or for instance, Project Life. My Project Life albums do this also, because I don't want 2 albums. I want 1 album for 1 year, and I might just have to come to terms with the fact that that's not going to work anymore. Now that I have 2 children, I take double the photos, and I just have really been saving a lot of ephemera and learning how to do a little bit more of, I don't know what to say, like dimensional pages. Not dimensional, but interactive. Like they can flip up, flip down, both, you know, whatever you want to call it. So I tried to emboss on the front. I'm not sure if you can see behind the snowflake. I tried to hide it as best as I could, but embossing on fabric, yeah, it doesn't work. At least I don't know how to figure it out, or I don't have the right supplies to do it. And then I have a tie enclosure because my album's so thick. And anyway, sorry, back to the embossing. So I ended up having to cover up the phrase because it was bothering me, even though it was very slight. I don't know if you guys can, you probably can't see it, which is fine. I don't know why I'm drawing attention to it, but anyway. Okay, so I went with a wood snowflake that I was going to have hanging off the album, but there's so much hanging off of the side already. I just was like, what's it gonna look like on the front? So I'm pleased with how it turned out. So that's the front. I am gonna untie it right now so I can show you the side. Let's just get this out of the way. So the side of the album, I did some stenciling with Nuvo paste, and I just used a green, obviously, and some of it just from normal wear and tear and opening the book is rubbing off, so I can't necessarily say I would suggest that. I was going to do it on the front, but it just turned out really messy, so I decided not to do that. And then just like last year, I did so I did this charm here, and what I just used a bunch of extras because I opened an Etsy shop this year, and I started making charms and fun things for like traveler's notebooks, or, you know, albums like this, or keychains. I mean, anything you can hang these off of. They are so much fun. So I actually already had like a bunch of, you know, these pre-made on jump rings or head pins. So I just put them on mine, and that's kind of how it turned out. And then I wanted this really cute bell because it reminds me of the Polar Express bell, and I love the jingles. So, oh, and then if you want to see how I attached it, I actually used my crocodile and I punched a hole through the album, and which you can't see because this, gosh, I can never remember the name of that. It's Tim Holtz. Oh, it's a ring fastener, I think. And what I did was I put this ribbon in first, and then I put the ring fastener through it. And there's actually lots of room if I wanted to add another one. Let's take a peek inside. And I want to make this just quick flip through, just give you guys some inspiration and show off kind of what I did in my album. So when you open it, this is what you see. Again, it's plumb full. So, I'm gonna try. I glued these papers in, and I would have done more with this if I could have had more room with my album closing. But yeah, and then this is my cover page, and I used the medium paste by Ranger. and it's just the white, and then I embellished it with some glue dots and then obviously some thickers. Whoopsies. I think I might have to clip these, which I don't mind doing that at all. And then what this acts as is actually a folder. And again, I would have loved to put something in there had I had room for the book to shut. I kind of worked all over with the album. So when I was doing the back of the album, I was realizing rather quickly that I was not going to have a lot of room to shut it. So that's what happened. I did want to do a lot of clear pockets, but again, room was an issue, so there was a lot I didn't really get to do this year in my book. Now, again, if I can get over not working in one album, then maybe next year will be different. So like this kind of fun stuff where you do just the sequins, and I used my fuse and all that. I wanted to do more of that, but I needed the room for pictures. And then Ali Edwards did a free printable. It's like a prompt. So I printed it out, and then we all filled it out and did our own little cards. And then I got these cute little bags at Hobby Lobby after Christmas on clearance, and I just put some tickets to an event we went to. And this is the event. It's at Wild Waves, if you're familiar. It's like a theme park, kind of water park in Washington. It's really not very big, but it's fun for us Washingtonians. Anyway, it's really close to my house. And Alaska Airlines, who I have a family member that works for them, they do a Christmas party sometimes at Wild Waves, and then sometimes they do it at the actual hangar at the airport. So this year it was at Wild Waves. Of course, it was raining, and it was a lot of fun though. And my daughter, as she's getting older, can go on more rides and is becoming braver, and so it's a lot more fun. Rain be damned. If that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, and then on the 3rd, my little guy turned 6 months old, so I documented that. And then in here, I made another pocket page, which I just cut the paper out, and then I sewed it, and then I added some coffee dyed paper, which I'm going to journal something on, but journaling takes a lot of time, which I don't have a lot of. So I'm thinking I'll probably take it up to bed one night and just write down a few fun memories from this year. And then throughout the album, I incorporated some of our Christmas family photos, and I realized this year, it just kind of dawned on me that I only really utilize our Christmas photos in like a certain section of our book, not throughout, which I think I can attribute that to not really thinking outside the box, to where I'm like, okay, that was on this day, or I ordered our Christmas photos on this day and these were our photos. So they kind of only played in on that day. And this year I said, no, I'm going to incorporate them throughout, because they're beautiful photos of our family, and our photographer is amazing and gave us a ton. So yeah, and these layouts, the 2x2 layouts for the 6x6 albums are amazing, and they're like such a lifesaver. And I was able to really get a lot of photos into this album via these page protectors, that size, I guess I should say. So yep, those were family photos. Here's one of those interactive pages I kind of talked about at the beginning I wanted to do more of. This one is just like a little belly band, kind of talking about my son. He's so cute. And then that opens up to some journaling. I feel like I didn't get to utilize, every time I did this, there's like, the front is cute, or the back is, one part is really cute, but the insides I struggle with. I don't know why. I need to figure that out. And then here's just some fun photos I took of my son in a little hat that my sister-in-law made. And then some more of his candids from his 6-month photo thing that I did with him. And then here's just a fun little spread. And I took away some inspiration from Paige Evans, and I did one of the little flip outs. I actually just cut a slit in the back of the page protector, cut the paper down, and then I scored it, and then I just kind of shoved it in there. And I clipped it because otherwise it just kind of pops off, and that was annoying me. Anyway, so yep, a lot of pictures for the 9th. We had a lot going on. Some things I did in this album, which I'm thinking I might do over here, is I just added some white acrylic paint to make my journaling pop, which I love. Excuse me. And I also, I guess you could say I took the inspiration from that, also from Paige Evans, and it's really easy to write on that paint, so I do recommend it if you want to try it. It's super easy. Again, I did that as well. And then here I tucked, because I didn't really have a lot of room to journal, so I just made a tag, or I don't think I made this tag, I think it's from American Crafts, and I added some little beads on the end for some weight. And then the tree farm, which is the first time we've done a tree farm. We usually have a fake tree, but we got rid of it because it just was kind of getting run down. And anyway, so there was just a ton of photos. I went a little overboard with the photos. So I put the photos just in here. Or wait, oh, this isn't from the tree farm. My bad. These are from my daughter's gymnastics meet. And I had a lot of extra photos from that I had printed. Otherwise, now I'm remembering, otherwise I would have done one of these spreads, but I had some Costco prints left over. So that's what I used that little pocket for. Now with the tree farm, I actually did some 4x6 like actual, even though they're not, they're vertical photos, I put them in there anyway. And then here's just a big picture. That's our tree, which we cut down. Obviously, that tree is humongous. And then my daughter's like, I don't know about this. And then I kept the map and the receipt of of just the whole tree farm experience. And then just some fun photos. I didn't embellish them. I left them blank because I just feel like I liked looking at them like that. Oopsies. Looks like I need to come back and write. I'm really bad at doing journaling in the moment. I always go back and do it, which I think I need to stop. I think I just need to do it right offhand. Anywho, here is some other ephemera from the tree farm. And then I cut this down because it was actually 8x8 and I cut it to 6x8 and then cut it down to 3x4 squares, which you can see. And then on the 11th, we got into a car accident, not my fault. If you can see, the lady didn't defrost her windows. So of course she couldn't see me. And I had both my kids with me and it was a pretty awful experience, which I wrote about right here. I just wanted to kind of hide the journaling because I felt like it was a little bit negative. But yeah, so all right, so I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to stop here. There's going to be a part 2 of my book. And trust me, you guys, you're going to want to come back. There's still so much fun stuff left to look at. And I'm going to have to speed it up because, look, we got that far and we have that far to go. So if you want to see the rest, please come back and check it out. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.